All right, now to conclude this, I'm going to spray this panel with the latex paint. I'm going to let it dry. And once I spray the latex, we're pretty much done with paint. But what I'm going to do, I've got some Minwax polyacrylic. This is going to be a panel in our rub out. I've never rubbed polyacrylic. Typically, when I'm going to rub a finish, kind of my go-to finish is general finish is high performance. But the key word that I'm looking for in this is acrylic. When you want to rub a finish, acrylic in a water base is kind of what you want. You know, when you get into and again, a polyurethane, they're just a little more elastic, harder to rub. But this segment, what we're after is being able to get a finish using paint. So again, we're doing the black, and all I'm going to do is put one coat of black on it, make sure it's covered, and then I'm going to put the polyacrylic on it. Now when I put the polyacrylic on it, I'm going to put 2 coats, let it dry, give it a mid-coat scuff. The reason for the 2 coats is because I don't want to cut through. The second thing that I'm going to do is then, once that's dry, and I make sure I got a good smooth surface, I'm going to put 2 more coats on it. But when I spray these, I'm going to put a coat on the minute and as soon as it's tacked, meaning as soon as it's set, I'm going to put another one. Now I've explained that with water base, one doesn't bite into the other like a solvent does. So by spraying the 2 coats back to back, they do bite in some. So by spraying the 2 coats back to back, what I'm doing is forcing them to bond as much as possible to prevent what they call witness lines or ghosting, and that's where you go through one layer into the other. But the other key is to make sure you're flat and smooth. That said, if you're brushing paint, number one, use a good brush and all of that, which will cover and hand applied. But you want to make sure you got a good smooth surface before you put your other coats on. Because the thing you don't want to have to do is have to do a lot of sanding and leveling, because then you're going to go through much easier. All right. Now, do I need to let this dry overnight and all that before I put my water-based polyacrylic on it? No. When it's set up about like any other finish would be, where you could do a mid-coat sand, you're ready to go. Now, that's not to say that some paints you may not have to use 2 coats, or you may not find it necessary to do a scuff sand to this and put another light coat on. Again, what we're going to do in the furniture world is we're after using the paint simply as a color.